Hello everyone, welcome to ABC English. I'm your host Mike and I'm here all alone, which is fine. We can have a good time with our monthly focus this month, but it is a little bit scary for me to be all alone because the focus that we're looking at is Halloween. That's right, the scariest holiday of the year. So if you see any vampires or ghosts suddenly come up behind me, you guys have to yell and scream and wave your hands so that I know to run away, because Halloween is a scary time of year. This is a holiday that falls at the end of October, October 31st every year. People dress up, they have Halloween parties. If they're young kids, they might go out trick-or-treating and get candy from their neighbors in their neighborhood. It's a great holiday, a fun holiday, a scary holiday, but still a lot of people look forward to it. So we're going to be checking out Halloween with Frankie and Shelley, the two characters from our dialogue for today and tomorrow. And today we're going to be looking at how they decide on a very important thing, what to wear or what to dress up as for Halloween. So let's check out the dialogue. Frankie and Shelley are deciding on Halloween costumes.
What are you dressing up as for Halloween?
I don't know, but I don't want to be a witch or black cat. What about you?
I was a skeleton last year, so I can just repeat that.
Okay, so as we can see, the title of our monthly focus dialogue this month is Happy Halloween. And yes, that's actually the greeting. That's what you would say to someone. Hey, Happy Halloween. I hope you have a great day or a scary day or a fun party. We wouldn't say Merry, right? Merry is for Christmas, but Happy is for Happy Birthday, Happy Halloween, Happy Valentine's Day, something like that. So that's the typical normal greeting that you would say to someone when you see them on Halloween. And in our dialogue, it says Frankie and Shelley are deciding on Halloween costumes. Yes, absolutely. As I said, this is one of the big important decisions that you kind of have to make if you're going to go out or go to a Halloween party. You have to decide on your costume. Your costume, basically the special clothes that you are wearing in order to dress up and look like another person. Halloween costumes will often be kind of scary or maybe sort of well-known superheroes or basically anything that you might be interested in. If you're in a play or acting in something like a play or a movie, then you would also be wearing a costume. That might not be a special costume. If you're acting as a business person, your costume would be a simple suit. If you're acting as a waitress, your costume would be the clothes of a waitress. So those are basically special, not sort of normal clothes that you are wearing to look like another person, either to play a role in a play or to look like a scary ghost or vampire or something for Halloween. So here Frankie is asking that important question, what are you dressing up as for Halloween? What are you dressing up as for Halloween? Another way of saying that would be, what are you going to be for Halloween? In other words, what character, what sort of monster or whatever are you going to be or dress up as for Halloween? And Shelley, well, she's still thinking about it. She says, oh, I don't know. It's a big question. She says, I don't know, but I don't want to be a witch or black cat. Okay, maybe she doesn't think they're interesting. Maybe she used that costume in the past, but we know that that is not what she wants to be or dress up as, so she's still thinking. And then she throws the question back to her friend Frankie. She says, what about you? All right, so what about you? Well, one thing that Frankie might not choose to dress up as is a witch, because a witch is usually a female character. It's kind of like an evil lady who uses black magic, uses bad magic to hurt people. We often see witches in fairy tales like Snow White or something like that. So Frankie probably won't be a witch. He could be, but you know, it might be a little bit different. But he has another idea anyways. He says, I was a skeleton last year, so I can just repeat that. That's kind of what he's thinking, and yeah, you can, Frankie. It's a little bit lazy to repeat the same costume, but since it was a year ago, other people might not remember. And a skeleton is actually a pretty great and pretty normal Halloween costume. A skeleton is basically the bones of the body. If you take off all the meat and muscle of a body, you'll have a skeleton, maybe in the corner of a doctor's office or in a science class. You might have a skeleton and the teacher or the doctor will, oh, you hurt this bone or something like that. So that's what a skeleton is. And of course, in horror movies and in scary video games or something, skeletons might be chasing you around. So we do often see them in scary stories and things like that, which makes it a pretty good Halloween costume. But he's thinking he will maybe be a little bit lazy and repeat that. When you repeat something, this verb means you basically just do it again. You did it once, whatever happened, happened, and then you do it again. If you repeat something because you were successful, do the same things and you should be successful. If you repeat something after not doing successful, well, maybe change things. But basically, you're doing something again, something you've done before, you are now repeating or doing again. So yeah, he could definitely repeat the costume of being a skeleton. It's actually kind of a difficult costume when you think about it, but I guess he would just get some black clothes and then put the white bones of the simple skeleton on it. I'm not sure if I would think that I will repeat that. Maybe he should think of some other ones, maybe come up with a better idea. We're going to take a quick break now, and then we're going to come back because both Frankie and Shelley haven't yet really decided what they're going to dress up as. Frankie might be a skeleton, but he would be repeating last year's costume, and Shelley, she still has no idea. So come on back and we'll find out what they decide to dress up as.
That's boring. You need to pick a different costume.
Hey, I know. I can dress up as a mummy, and you can be a ghost.
That isn't a bad idea. We can make the costumes by ourselves.
Yeah, we just need old bed sheets.
Right. I have those at my house.
And welcome back. So we are with Frankie and Shelley as they prepare to make the most important decision that they will make this year. What to dress up as for Halloween. It's a very, very important decision. A lot of pressure goes on this. So they're thinking very carefully. They're thinking back to what they did last year. We know that last year Shelley, well, she's been a witch before and she's been a black cat before in recent years, so she isn't too interested in doing the same thing or repeating those costumes. But her friend Frankie, well, he might actually be thinking of repeating the costume that he wore last year. He was a skeleton. So he had that costume with all the bones on it, like a person with no skin, a scary skeleton. He thought that he might repeat that or wear the same costume this year. Yeah, you can do that. A lot of people might even forget what you wore last year. But if they have pictures, they might say, hey, that's the same costume as last year. What are you doing? Anyways, Shelley, she might be one of those people who doesn't think it's a good idea to repeat because as we get back to the dialogue, she says to Frankie, that's boring. His idea of repeating the costume from last year, she doesn't like it. She's calling that a boring idea. And then she adds, you need to pick a different costume. That's what Shelley is trying to do, but she's also having trouble doing it. So sometimes, yeah, picking a different costume can, you know, be a little bit of extra trouble and bring some pressure on you to pick a great costume or something like that. But she thinks repeating it like Frankie is with his skeleton costume, nah, that's boring. Anyways, so when she says boring, this adjective just means not interesting. It's something that doesn't fill you with excitement or passion. In fact, doing it or watching it or reading about it or whatever makes you kind of fall asleep, makes you go, oh, can we do something else? This is just, I don't like this at all. It's boring. So if your mind is excited and really into something, like, this is cool, this is interesting, I have questions, I want to know more, I'm having fun, then it's exciting or interesting. But if your mind is turned off and feeling lazy and you're yawning all the time, something is probably boring. And yeah, maybe wearing the same costume or buying your friend the same gift year after year, that would be kind of boring. So maybe it's a good idea to pick a new costume or pick a new present for your friends or family. When you pick something, this is another word we're looking at here. This is a verb, and it means to choose, to select. So you have 4 or 5 things in front of you. You can only have one. Which one should I pick? Which one should I choose? Every time you go to a restaurant, right? You look at the menu or you open it up and you're like, oh, what do I want to have today? You can't eat all the food in the restaurant. Come on, that's crazy. So you pick 1 or 2 things. You pick something to eat, pick something to drink, and maybe if you're still hungry, you'll pick something to have for dessert. You choose from a big group of things. And next we had different, right? Oh, that's right. Shelley was encouraging Frankie to pick a different costume. Not the same costume. The skeleton is the same, right? It's the one from last year. If he wears it this year, he's wearing the same costume. The opposite of the adjective same is different. If it's different, it's not the same. So if he was a skeleton before and he goes as Batman this year, that is a different costume, all right? So something that is different is not the same. It is changed, it is new, has its own special things that aren't like other things. That's why we would say it's different. So Frankie's still thinking. He kind of listened to Shelley's advice that, you know, it's boring to wear the same costume. And then he seems to have a great idea. We can imagine, ding, we can imagine a light bulb going off over his head. And he says, hey, I know, I can dress up as a mummy and you can be a ghost. Okay, that's not a bad idea, Frankie. A mummy, a ghost. These are also pretty typical Halloween costumes, and they're not that hard costumes to make. It's kind of easy, and I think Shelley is thinking like I'm thinking. She says, that isn't a bad idea. We can make the costumes by ourselves. Yeah, exactly. You don't have to go to a store and rent it or buy a bunch of special clothes or be really skillful at making things. I mean, imagine making a Batman costume. That would be really hard, but a ghost, a mummy, no problem. They can make the costumes by ourselves. We can do it for us, probably at home. And Frankie is thinking of what they will need, what they can find in their home to make these simple costumes of a mummy and a ghost. He says, yeah, we just need old bed sheets. Perfect. Some white bed sheets, put it over your head, cut out some eyes, boom, you are a ghost. Take another old bed sheet, rip it up, wrap it around yourself, boom, you are a mummy. That's pretty simple and, you know, a little bit lazy, but still a great costume. And Shelley says, right. Yes, she agrees. Old bed sheets, that's all we need. Right. She says, I have those at my house. There you go. Perfect. So sheets off the bed. Just get some of those. Make sure they're the white kind, right? You don't want the ones with like roses on them or the ones that are like green and purple or something like that. That would be a weird ghost and a weird mummy. You definitely need white bed sheets, and make sure they're old. Don't go and take the bed sheets off your parents' bed and then have your mom kill you or something, because then you'll be a real ghost. No, get old bed sheets, rip them up, throw them over your head, eye holes, boom. You're a mummy, you're a ghost. It's Halloween time. And that's all the time we have for today, so thanks for joining us, but don't forget to come back tomorrow because Shelley and Frankie will be out in the neighborhood in their new costumes going trick-or-treating for some free candy, so come on back for that. Frankie and Shelley are deciding on Halloween costumes.
What are you dressing up as for Halloween?
I don't know, but I don't want to be a witch or black cat. What about you?
I was a skeleton last year, so I can just repeat that.
That's boring. You need to pick a different costume.
Hey, I know. I can dress up as a mummy, and you can be a ghost.
That isn't a bad idea. We can make the costumes by ourselves.
Yeah, we just need old bed sheets.
Right. I had those at my house.
Hello， 各位同学，我是 Winnie。今天一起来看今天新的单字吧。首先呢是 repeat， 重复、重做，它是动词。看了例句 ，They repeated the same dance moves a few times。他们重复呢跳了好几次同样的舞步。第二个字 boring， 无聊的、无趣的，它是形容词。那要记得这个字不要跟 bored 搞混咯。boring 呢是用来形容无聊的人事物。而 bored 呢是用来形容无聊的感觉，所以如果你要说我好无聊，记得要说 I am bored， 而不是 I am boring 哦。看了例句 ，She doesn't play video games, they're boring。她不玩电动，那很无聊。第三个字是 pick， 挑选，动词。看了例句 ，The manager picked Cindy for the job。Manager 呢是经理，这边是名词。那经理呢选了 Cindy 做这份工作。最后呢是 different， 不同的、不一样的形容词。These two shorts are very different。这两件衬衫非常的不一样。接下来看看今天的3个新用语。第一个用语是 somebody decides on something， 某人决定某事物。Decide 呢决定，它这边是动词，后面是加 on。看看例句 ，We need to decide on a time to meet。我们需要决定见面的时间。第二个用语是 dress up， 装扮。dress 呢就是穿，它就是动词，装扮成什么什么呢？后面就是会接 as 加名词来用。比方说 ，Many boys dressed up as Iron Man during Halloween。万圣节很多男生都装扮成钢铁人。最后一个用语是 What about you？ 那你呢？就是用来询问别人的意见还有想法。比方说在餐厅点餐的时候，你可以说 I am going to have a burger. What about you？ 我要吃汉堡，那你呢
？Hey everyone, I'm Kim.
And I'm Jen.
We're going to play Guess the Bear, where we each have words from the lesson on these cards, and we're going to put them in sentences, but replace the word with the word bear, and we have to guess. Are you ready?
Right, I am.
Okay, are you going to read first?
Sure.
Okay. All right, let's do the timer.
Okay. One word, adjective. There is a saying, bear strokes for bear folks. I want to exchange the dress for a bear color.
Different.
Okay. All right. One word, verb. I don't like having to bear myself. I didn't hear you. Can you bear what you just said?
Repeat.
Hey, awesome. All right, 2 words. We bared bear Italian food for dinner. She bared the white dress to wear to prom.
Picked out.
Close. We bared bear Italian food for dinner. She bared the white dress to wear to prom.
Ordered.
Very close. We bared Italian food for dinner.
Chose. Oh.
Ooh, so close.
Oh, okay.
Okay, it's decides on. We decided on Italian food for dinner. She decided on the white dress to wear to prom.
Oh, decided on. Got me
Yes.
again. All
All
right,
right.
ready?
Yes. Can we get the time?
Okay. All right, this is a verb. Mom will bear me up at school later. I bared a pink case for my new phone.
Pick.
Yes, pick. Okay, this is an adjective. The bear class lecture is putting me to sleep. There is no such thing as boredom, just bare people.
Boring.
Yes, boring. Nice. This is a phrase. In cosplay, people bear superheroes. I bared a ghost for Halloween.
Dressed up as?
Yes.
Yay! With 22 seconds left. Woohoo.
Nice.
Thank you.
See you next time.